happened to him, man? Here Stevie, Roy, Shane, sorry about that, I just had to give the camera a quick rub on my leg because it was all clogged up, dead misty this end, I couldn't see nothing. Evening Sue, Sandy, Tracy, Ralph. Shit, I forgot to bring Nathan. Evening Sky, Lillian, Rosie. Can somebody do me a favour if you've got Nathan's number? I forgot to text him to tell him I'm going live. Can you just, somebody drop Nathan a text for me please, tell him I'm live. Evening Andrew. Can't come back out. Victoria. Right, just while we're waiting for Nathan, yesterday, absolute disgrace again yesterday. The people who've let this individual out on licence to do what he did again yesterday and what they did again yesterday, I see ISIS have claimed responsibility. Well, they should be put in the cell he's just come out of because they've got blood on their hands. Whoever has signed that document to say that person should be allowed out and back on the streets is unbelievable. I've got no... Knife, can you send me a request, mate? Because I've just looked, I can't, it's just asking me to invite people on, not into the conversation. You have to send me a request, mate. But anyway, in my opinion, these people, they should find out, there should be an inquiry, they should find out who it is who's done it, and whoever it is who's done it, he should be sent to prison, or they should be sent to prison for the same, for murder. Because this man should never have been allowed back out onto the streets of the country, let alone the capital, where there's all tourists and there's more people to choose from. It's unbelievable what this government is doing to us. You all need to wake up. Seriously. Well, what you'll have to do, Nath, I'll do mine now, and then you'll have to go on, carry hands or something later, and then I'll share it to my wall so everybody can see what's going on. But basically, guys, what's happened is, me and Nathan's been having lots of congratulational texts and everything about the 13th. But it's not us. We're not involved. We're not involved in the action. We've not planned any of the action. So we can't help. Unfortunately, it's not the constitutional movement worldwide that has done it. It's another group. So Nathan is going to do his live in a minute to tell you exactly the same, but it's not us. We're not involved in any action on the 13th. We won't be there. We won't be supporting it, obviously, because it's not, we haven't planned it or anything. So that's not the real reason we're not backing it. They're backing it for other reasons. We're not backing it, but so if you need any information on the 13th, please don't keep texting me and Nathan, because we don't know nothing about it. We've not been involved in anything. It's Dean Cumberbatch, Dean and Claire. Contact Dean. He will put you in, he'll put you into contact with the people who are organising it. And also any regress that comes from it, any problems that come from it. Obviously, the other group has got your back, so any regress from it afterwards, them are the ones you're going to have to go to. I know Nathan's on Emma, but I ain't got no way of bringing him on, gal. And Nathan ain't got a green button, so it's just Facebook again. They do this occasionally from time to time. What they do, 2 or 3 weeks, they mess you about. They give you no green buttons to go on lives with other people. They don't give the people like me and Nathan the chance to bring people on our lives. It's done, you know, it's done by design, so to make sure that you don't get the truth out. But Nathan, like I say, Nathan will go on in a minute and he will do his own live. I think it's going to be on. You're going to do it on your own, Nathan, or carry hands? Put it in here so I can tell them. No. So we're going to have to do it separately. But basically, all it is we are not involved in this event on the 13th. It's got nothing to do with the CMW, unfortunately. So get in touch with Dean. Great guy, Dean. He'll help you. He'll tell you exactly who's involved in it at this moment in time, and he'll pass the relevant information over. Oh, you can do it on YouTube. Is that on your Rebel one? Right, if Nathan doesn't go live on Facebook, he's got I think it's the Rebel. I think it's, what's your YouTube called, Nathan? I'm sure it's called the Rebel. So just go on there and watch it. Rick's on. That's why I've come on a bit earlier tonight. I usually don't come on till about 9, half 9, but Rick's going on at 9 o'clock. So Den Tarragon on YouTube, Den Tarragon Solutions, I think it is. Or it may just be Den Tarragon. He's got a couple. One's Den Tarragon, one's Den Tarragon Solutions. He'll be on one of them. So he'll just go on at 9 o'clock. Rick's got a debate going on there, so that should be good as well. Yeah, always going to try Carrie. So it's Carrie and Nathan on the Facebook one. Lawful Rebel, that's the one. Lawful Rebel on YouTube, or it'll be Carrie and Nathan on Facebook. It'll be on one of them. As soon as I've finished, Nathan will be doing a quick one on there, because we can't stay on too long, because obviously we don't want to get a crossover with Rick. But basically, we've got to start waking up, guys. It proved yesterday on that bridge what happens when you stand up. That could have been a lot worse than it was. But yesterday, people have had enough, and they all launched themselves at that guy, took him down. The police dealt with it when they got there. But this is what you've got to start doing in reality as well, guys. You've got to start coming together as one. And then you've all got to come together, and we can do this. Article 61, Lawful Rebellion, the Constitution. This is the way forward. Because your Constitution, it's got all the laws are on your side. As long as you stay lawful, as long as you stay peaceful, they ain't got a lot of options left. They haven't. But it's got to be done in the correct manner, the correct way around as well. You can't, well, we don't want to say too much on here, but we all have a duty. Yes, we do, Nathan. We can't say too much on here because we don't want to jeopardise what's going on for the lads. So, yeah. So, contact Dean and Claire. I don't know who else is dealing with it. I know it's Dean. I saw Dean's live the other day. But Dean, anyway, certainly Dean, message Dean. He'll give you all the information, times, etc., etc., what's going down and when it's happening. And we wish him all the luck in the world, to be fair. Oh, that's someone else. Let me know what you decide before I go out. Now, which one you're doing it on, because I see you talking to Danny now. But yeah, seriously, guys, it's time. It's time to all get together. If you want your country back, you've got to do this, because you've seen again yesterday, these people plotting against you every single day of the week in that parliament. Every single day of the week, that parliament, they are making decisions, they are bringing in acts and legislations to take away your freedoms and your liberties bit by bit every single day. And yesterday was another example. It's always, he was on a watch list. They knew about him. Well, if they knew about him and he was on a watch list, what the hell, when he turned up in London, why the hell wasn't he picked up immediately and escorted back out of the city? They want the carnage, they want the devastation, they want a civil war. This is what these people in that parliament want. And Boris and everybody else, and Khan. How many times have we told you about Khan? There's a number, I've put it on my wall, I've done a thing about Khan on my wall. Go and ring the number, complain, tell them you want it investigated. It wasn't in the public interest before, it was put on hold. But if you're all phoning in your thousands, they've got to do something about it. It's still ongoing. It's in your hands, guys. We've done the hard work. We've got him investigated. There's a crime number. Everything is there in place. All that it needs is the numbers to go on there and complain in your droves, and then it does become in the public interest. And we can get this man removed. But you're not going to get him removed if you don't do anything. Just pick the phone up. Angela has got letters. Get in touch with Angela Jacqueline. She's got letters she can send to you. And then you just fill them in and send them off to the police station. If they start getting thousands and thousands of letters and phone calls, they've got no option but to investigate this scumbag Khan. Because he's part of the problem. They all are. But we've only got ourselves to blame. We have got a moral duty to do the right thing for our kids, for the country. And we're all failing at the moment. It's our responsibility. The government's not going to do anything. The government's just going to sit there, let you take it all and just keep plotting against you. The only people who are going to sort this problem out is the people en masse coming together and getting down there and getting it sorted. We are doing the paperwork as we speak for our action, which will be after the vets one. And we will show you the way to do it with that action. But it needs people to back it. We ain't going to be needing thousands and thousands for what we want to do. We're going to, from our lawful rebellion, the people who are in lawful rebellion will pick as many as we need. It's not going to need vast amounts. It's not going to run into the thousands what we need, because we just need witnesses to video it, to log it. Me and Nathan will do the work. Me and Nathan will do the rest. So you ain't got to get involved that much. But it's important that people do come with us, because the more the people that witness what we do, if it goes to court, when it goes to court, we've got the backing of them people to prove what we did, we acted correctly, etc., etc. That's all we need. We'll do the rest. We will show you that this constitution and common law in this country is alive and well, and it exists. And all we've got to do, and you as people, is just stand up, be proud, stick your chest out and use it. That's all you've got to do, guys. Because that's what these scumbags in that parliament are banking on. They are banking on the fact that people won't unite, won't stick together and won't rise up. The minute they see the people starting to rise and starting to come together, you watch the panic in that place. But only we can do it. Every single individual in this country will play their part. They need to play the part. It's not going to be 1 or 2 or a couple of thousand people. We can start it off and we can show you that it works. But once we've showed you that it works, it's Angela, Jacqueline, Luke. If you read the comment under yours on here, that's the person you've got to get in touch with, Luke. But if we stick together, that's what they fear the most. Because they're that sure and confidence that we ain't going to do it. That's why they're cracking on doing what they're doing. That's why now this election that's coming up, if you can't see through that's all rigged and against all of us guys, that whether we vote or not, it's rigged against us, then there's something wrong. It's been set up that way. That's why Nigel Farage has come back. That's why the Brexit Party's there. It's to split the vote. Why now? Why right this moment in time? When all he needed to have come out and said, you know, we're going to back the Conservatives or whatever. Vote for them and you'll get your Brexit. But none of them, the best... It really boils me piss, because the best way to get what you want is not vote at all. If everybody, 17.4 million, did not vote, I know that's not going to happen, that's why it's all pie in the sky, but if they did actually have the grounds not to vote, 17.4 million people, that would be it. They're finished. Because you can't hold with that lower vote. It's got to be a good majority of the nation. You'd have 52% of the nation giving a no vote of confidence, vote of no confidence in the Parliament. It's that simple. But everybody won't. Everybody will go to the polls. They'll all panic. They'll all be voting here, there and everywhere, voting for independence. It's going to split the vote. And then Corbyn's going to get it. And then everybody's going to be whinging and moaning. But you can't whinge and moan after the fact. Because once you vote, you can't turn around and say, like they have, I don't like the vote, I want another vote. Because it's going to go in their favour, you won't get a second election to have another vote. It'll be, you knew what you was doing, you've participated in the election, you've voted, so you've given your consent for whatever happens in the next 4 or 5 years. And it's the truth. But unlike them, when we voted and we won, because it didn't match the government's narrative, they as a government have done everything they can. But they ain't going to listen to us if it goes against us. And that was the design, and that's what's been designed from day one. Push this, push that, stop this, stop that, drag it out, drag it out, drag it out till you get fed. Until we end up doing what they want to do, and that is go and vote in these elections so we vote ourselves back in Europe. Because that's exactly what's going to happen if Corbyn gets in. You ain't getting out. And then once the Lisbon Treaty kicks in, that's it, finished. Because there's no getting out of it, no get-out clause with the Lisbon Treaty. And that Lisbon Treaty has been in force since 2009. Signed in 2008, been in force since 2009. But it's not in complete force. They've had to do it in stages, like Moon Nathan said the other day. It's having to be done in stages. They get used to it at this stage and they move on to the next stage. But it's coming. And once that comes into full force, you're going to lose everything. You're going to lose your pound, you're going to lose the military, you're going to lose your freedom, everything's gone. People ain't listening, they won't listen, but remember where you heard it all first. The CMW told you. Worst thing you can do in this election is go and vote. But you will vote, and fair play to you. You've got a decision to make. It's what you feel is right in here. If you feel it's right to vote, go and vote. But I know it's not right. And if you're in lawful rebellion, by the way, you shouldn't be voting if you've gone into lawful rebellion. Because you've took an oath to distress the government in any way, shape or form. So you should not be voting. Because you will be committing treason. Because you will be complicit in the following action that follows. That's for all them that are in lawful rebellion. But even so, nobody can stop you voting if you're in lawful rebellion. And we don't want to say you cannot vote. We're just advising you that by voting, you're just going to make it 10 times worse. You've got, like Nathan says, you've got no argument. If you don't vote, if you've got 52% of the nation that didn't vote, you can win an hell of a lot in a court case with 52% of the nation saying, we didn't want an election, we didn't vote for an election, we didn't vote in it. You've got to think with this, guys, not panic. Oh, we better vote, because all you're doing is playing right into their hands. We said it with the EU when we voted in the MEPs. Me and Nathan come out and said, don't vote in the EU elections, you're giving away your sovereignty. Everybody laughed, everybody said, no, bullshit. 2 weeks after them elections, what happened? You had top QCs retired, and also Godfrey Bloom, both all come out and more or less say exactly what me and Nathan had said. We was right, we was vindicated in what we said. But again, we just wish people would start listening, opening your eyes and listen. Open your eyes, look, listen, and all you've got to do is look at things logically. And my dad and Stevie Lang have both said to me, well, my dad said it years ago, but Stevie Lang's dad must have said the same to him, because he says the same as me. His dad said exactly the same. If your vote meant anything, you wouldn't be getting one. And that stuck with me. If your vote meant anything, you wouldn't be having a vote. And it's proved it with the 2016 referendum vote. We all voted. Did it mean anything? Did your vote mean anything? June the 22nd, 2016. Did your vote mean anything? No, it didn't. Because they've just gone, you ain't leaving. So, both our dads, my dad and Stevie Lang's dad, was 100% right about the system. And that was way back, before it went proper tyrannous and corrupt. Yes, you did, Nath, and I did as well. We both did. We posted the rules and proved what we were saying was correct, but still people ignored it. And people will ignore us now. We know they will. But when we're proven right yet again, people have only got yourselves to blame. You keep saying you want to get off the hamster wheel. You want change. You ain't getting off that hamster wheel while you keep listening to the mainstream media and the bullshit and the fear-mongering, and you're rushing out and voting. But you've got to understand, it's always been the way since day one. They govern us by consent, ladies and gentlemen. Consent. That means when you vote, you're consenting. You're consenting to whatever happens. Win or lose, you've took part, so you're consenting to say, well, even though I know this is going to be fixed, I'm voting anyway, so whatever happens, I'll abide by it. When you don't vote, you are saying, I don't consent. I don't consent to none of it. And that's the way we should all be going. and we should be sending clear messages to that Parliament that the British people have had enough. Vote of no confidence, finished. Dissolve Parliament, sort it out. But they won't. People will rush out and they'll vote. Some will vote for independence, some will vote for Brexit Party, some will vote for Conservatives, where all the lefties will all vote Labour. So whether you take part in this or not, you're going to end up losing. So you might as well all stick together, the 17.4 million, not vote, and then you got 52% of the nation with a no confidence vote in the government. You can go somewhere with that. But people won't listen, guys. You ain't going to listen, so it's banging our head on a brick wall, really. But as I said as well, with all these problems like yesterday again, this is only the start. This is the tiny tip of the iceberg of what's coming next year with the Islamic calendar, 2020 Islamic calendar. It's all done by the lunar moons, super moons. It's going to get gradually worse next year till it's a full-blown jihad. And people are not listening. Again, they're not listening. They think we're all nut jobs, we're all crazy. But we're not. There's Jeep jihad next year. God help you when all that comes on. When that Jeep jihad comes next year, and it's there, it's coming, you will realise, you will suddenly have a wide awakening. We was right again. But instead of waiting and waiting, why don't you just have a leap of faith and do what you should be doing for your kids? I despair, ladies and gentlemen, I do, I really do. Because it's like we're banging our head on a brick wall, but we still keep banging it on there because we need to wake you guys up. You need to get it. You need to get on board and get it. Get behind your constitution. Get in law for rebellion. Get your country back from tyranny and corruption. It's the only way. You're not going to do it by voting, ever. Politics is dead because the government is not the government, if you get what I'm saying. The government are just puppets for the real government. The shadow government that runs this country. The cabal. And until you open your eyes and you all rise up as one against that and remove the tyranny and the corruption and put people in there who are going to stand for the people, you're never going to get change. Never. Because you look, any election that comes along, who do you vote for? You'd vote for the candidates that the cabal who really run the country put forward for you to vote for. And you all fall, we all fall for it every time. Oh well, it's just the lesser of two evils. They all work for the same people. They all work for the Bilderbergers. We don't understand. You've got the Fabian Society, who we went in and arrested Clarke. Scumbags. Their emblem is a wolf in sheep's clothing. That should tell you all you need to know about Labour and the Fabian Society. Conservatives, the Milners, similar thing to the Fabian Society. And then what they do, when they all go into Belgium, they become the Bilderbergers. It's just like having Man United and Liverpool players play against each other every week, but then when they go play for England, they go on the same side. That's exactly what happens. You've got the Milner Group, you've got the Fabian Society, and then when they all go in the little secret meetings, they all become the Bilderbergers. They're all in it together. And people ain't seen it. But you need to start waking up, guys, because time is running out. There's going to be carnage on the streets in 2020 if you don't wake up, because you're all sitting there, oh, it's a shame, and you're being too liberal. Because these won't give a monkeys when it starts. Trust us. For once in your lives, do the right thing, get into this lawful rebellion, take back control, take your oaths, and let's get this country back for our kids. Because come next year, these people who did what they did yesterday ain't going to be worried about what you care when they come after you. That's the trouble. We're too nice. We like to love everybody. And sometimes there's certain people you can't love because they don't love you. They never will do. They've got an agenda. It's whether you want to wake up to that agenda or be part of it. In other words, you cop what happened yesterday. Your choice, guys. But if you do want to listen, we'll show you the way. There's plenty of things we can do. But I'm going to jump off now because I've ranted enough. I'm just pissed off with everything that's going on. Sorry guys, I don't normally swear, but I am. It's boiled my piss the last 2 days. What's gone on there. And our government does that. It won't do that. Still be as bad. They can commit another one next week and they still won't do nothing about it. Because you know why? Because it's not affecting them. That's why. If they were started topping MPs and attacking MPs, you watch them sort the problem. But because it's us, the normal cannon fodder, the normal working class person, it's all right, you can slaughter us by the thousands. Doesn't matter. You start topping MPs and see how quick they solve the problem. Start waking up, start using this and think for yourselves what's happening. The truth. Not what you listen to on Sky and BBC, because that's all a load of bullshit. And I get so angry, guys, because the answer's there in front of us. So simple. So simple. One day we could take this country back in one day if everybody just stood up. But anyway, I want to leave it there, guys, because Nathan's got to go on and do his and Rick's going live at 9. So I'm going to jump off. So which one you going on, Nathan? So it's going to either be on Carry On and Nathan. It'll be on his own, Nathan Clarke, or it's going to be on the Lawful Rebellion, guys. It'll be on one of them three. It's going to be right now because I'm going off now. Nathan can go on. But here's my hand, here's my heart. We only get angry, guys, because we do, seriously, love this country. And we love every single person in it. And it doesn't matter if you're black, Chinese, Sikh, even Muslim. If you love this country, we love you. It's only if you don't love this country, we don't want you here. But everybody else who loves this country, doesn't matter what colour or creed you are, we're with you. And we'll back you. So there you go, guys. I'll speak to you all soon. Nathan's coming on in a minute. Rick's going to be live at 9 o'clock, so tune in there. I think it's Den Tarragon Solutions or it'll be Den Tarragon. Either one, he'll be there. We'll speak to you over the weekend. Yes, we are, Nathan. So I'm going off now, Nathan, so you jump straight on because you've only got 15 minutes. Rick's going live. I'll speak to you later on the phone. I'll see you guys soon and we'll chat again over the weekend. Hopefully we'll get the YouTube channel set up so me and Nathan can come on together. But in the meantime, please guys, start doing your due diligence. Start thinking for yourselves and unite for your kids and your grandkids' sake. Because they ain't going to have a future if we don't. Simple as that. Stay safe, guys. I'll speak to you later, Nate. I'll see you all on Rick's Live at 9 o'clock. Stay safe, guys.